I believe that the native cryptocurrency of Tezos, called XTZ, could hypothetically go to the price of $30 during this bull run. And even though nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee, why do I think so? It's because I believe that, arguably speaking, Tezos is one of the best blockchains out there. Now, this may sound kind of corny or cliche because we hear a lot of people saying, oh, this blockchain's good. Oh, no, this one's good. This one's better. But when something is partners with McLaren, and yes, I'm talking about McLaren, like the car, right? The sports car brand. Also, on top of that, you take a look at also if something is partners with Manchester United, which, by the way, is arguably, in my opinion, one of the most popular soccer teams of all time. Again, if something is partners with that, is it caca? Is it bad? Or is it a good blockchain? I think, if anything, it's a good blockchain. So when it comes to Tezos, man, I think it has that tick. I think having good partnerships does give it a lot of validation because if you think about it, these large entities, they're not going to want to partner with something that's complete caca or trash. They're not going to want to do that. That's just not their style. They have a team. They actually do their due diligence. They actually evaluate things before doing it. They don't go on X and look for the opinions of people. They don't do that, right? So I think this, if anything, truly showcases why Tezos is amazing. Now, partnerships are good. But of course, it also has to have a good ecosystem to have that validation as well. Because if you think about it, of course, again, it's only natural. Now, when it comes to Tezos, do they have that covered? Absolutely. Because you take a look at, there's currently over 75 projects on Tezos. Now, I think this is a very amazing figure because it's very difficult. A lot of its competitors, they can't get over 10 projects, let alone, in this case, over 70. I mean, even anything in some cases over 20 or over 30, it's already very impressive, right? So I think this, if anything, showcases that Tezos is the home for many projects and people do like that. And I think this, if anything, showcases how a lot of developers and people just in general do believe in Tezos because there would be no way, there would be over 70 projects on Tezos if it was so bad. Just think about this, right? When someone wants to build something, they have to trust that place. They have to actually believe in its future. And they actually have to like the fundamentals. So this is a great sign. Now, these projects do span across sectors such as, for instance, NFTs, DeFi, aka decentralized finance, and as well as blockchain gaming. Now, some people may think this is caca, but I disagree because, yes, even though a lot of the hype did kind of like die down, I guess, when it comes to those markets, I think better days are ahead. Because, for instance, the decentralized finance market and as well as the NFT market, according to Grandview Research, both of them each individually are expected to be worth over $200 billion by 2030. So that's combined, by the way, over $400 billion. That's insane. So when people like to say, oh yeah, NFTs, DeFi, it's caca, all this type of stuff, well, here's the thing. I think the future is still very bright. Not to mention, last but not least, we take a look at blockchain gaming because yet again, according to Grandview Research, because after all, they do like to predict things, they do predict that by 2030, the blockchain gaming market is hypothetically going to be worth over $300 billion. I mean, that's bigger than some countries' GDP, keep in mind. So when it comes to Tezos, again, this is great news for them because I think as these projects, let's say the markets that they're focused on do grow, I think they're going to join that ride. And I think naturally, something like Tezos is going to tag along as well. So I really like that when it comes to Tezos. I think overall it is heading in the right direction. Now, some people may argue that, okay, when it comes to XTZ, going to the price of $30, that's too insane. Well, I disagree. If it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $30 billion. Now, some people may think that's crazy again, but you take a look at, for instance, BNB, that reached over $100 billion in market cap. And is the BNB smart chain ecosystem that dynamic? I don't think so. And let me explain why. Just last year, according to Crypto.com research, slightly over 2% of the crypto hacks that happened, guess what? Guess where it occurred, right? On the BNB smart chain ecosystem. Is that acceptable? No. I mean, the crypto space overall is massive. That is a no bueno in my opinion. Now, here's the thing. Do you see any of that type of nonsense going on with Tezos? No, you don't, right? That's how amazing it is. Now, here's the thing as well. If, again, something like BNB, caca, like that nonsense, hypothetically can reach over $100 billion in market cap, XTZ can at least go to around 30 billion. That's just the way I take a look at it. Not to mention, Shiba Inu reached around 40 billion. Dogecoin reached over 80 billion. I mean, come on, man. This isn't too much to ask for, in my opinion. Now, some people may think that $30, okay, $30 billion market cap, but the upside isn't the best. Now, I'll agree with that. And hear me out here, because you take a look at $30 is around a 23x from here. Now, some people may be like kind of shocked because they're like, what do you mean? You're saying it's not the best upside out there. But then why are you bullish on Tezos? Well, this is my, response to that. And I think it's going to make sense at the end. I am not looking for a 1000x. I'm not looking for a 2000x. I'm not looking for a 500x because I do not look for microcaps. That's not me. Some other people out there, they may do that and they could get a 1000x. I just don't know, right? We never know. There may be some random project out there. Let's say the name is like Bratwurst Extender Inu. I'm just making this up. I don't know, right? Let's say the market cap is like $5,000 and it's a random meme coin and it can do, let's say, a 5,000x or something insane. Like, I don't know about that, right? It's just a make-believe scenario. But still, if I believe in something like that, yeah, sure, the upside could be great. But then the potential of it not doing well could also be great because it's a microcap. We don't know what it's ever going to be. But when it comes to Tezos, I know that even though there's risk with anything, I understand that. But still, when it comes to XTZ, it's relatively proven. Market cap is pretty big. Now, also on top of that, the community is very well proven. So I want to believe in something that's not a dinosaur, like a BNB or like a Solana or like an Ethereum or like a Bitcoin, where it can't do, let's say, like a 30x or something crazy like that. Where let's say it can't do over 20x from where they are as of right now. Let's face it, they can't do that, right? In the past, they did that. But from right now, I don't think they could do that in the next 6 months to a year. But when it comes to XTZ, hypothetically, I believe it could do that during this bull run, which is why I like it. It's on a microcap. However, on the flip side, it's on a dinosaur. So I like that. It's a happy medium in between. And that is why, again, my response to when people say, yeah, that's not the best hypothetical upside, for me, it's good enough because anything over 10x, I'm happy with that. So when it comes to XTZ, I don't think it's bad by any means. Now, again, it's not a 1000x, but I could care less about that, to be honest. At least that's the way I take a look at it. Now, here's the thing as well. This bull run could be amazing though, right? At least in my opinion, because we have to take a look at the numbers. The numbers indicate that, first of all, there's over 600 million crypto owners as of right now, according to Crypto.com research, and that's more than ever before in history. And this figure is impressive, even though it's not even 10% of the world's population. This is actually a very impressive figure given perspective, because during the peak of the 2021 bull run, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. And yet still, even despite that, the bull run that year looked that amazing. Now we have pretty much double. I think this bull run could look a lot better. But I think the bull run is far from over because Bitcoin hasn't even reached the price of $100,000 yet. But given its current trajectory, I think reaching the price of at least $150,000 doesn't seem too outlandish. And I think if that were to happen, man, the altcoin season could look so amazing. So it's just a matter of time, not to mention you take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF, and also when it comes to the crypto space overall, the number of institutional investors and enterprise adoption, I think it could be so amazing. But it's just a matter of time because as a worst case scenario, altcoins, they've been known to peak, historically speaking, around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. The last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April, so 18 months from then is October of next year in 2025. That may seem like quite a while, but I don't think it's bad news because if anything, I think it showcases that the crypto space overall still has a ways to go. Now, granted, could things happen sooner? Absolutely. You just don't know. But again, I'm prepared either way because I am dollar cost averaging. Anytime an income, I'm acquiring XTZ, I'm holding, and I'm just waiting because I do believe in it. I believe in its future. And again, XTZ at the price of $30 wouldn't surprise me whatsoever because as the old saying goes, a high tide raises all ships. If Bitcoin reaches the price of $150,000, if the altcoin season is in fifth gear, again, XTZ $30, I don't see why not. If Luna Classic can pump and find a bottom, something caca like that, if something also like Litecoin can pump in 2021, if something like Klima DAO can find a bottom, XTZ won't at least do okay during this bull run? Yeah, I just don't think that it won't do that. You know what I mean? I think it'll at least do okay, hypothetically, in my opinion. And again, $30 wouldn't surprise me whatsoever, especially when I consider how amazing it is and all of the bullish factors that I mentioned throughout this video. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.